James and I will now be looking at a very important question. How has the quality of leadership affected the Nigerian foreign exchange crisis?
Right. So I would just say the choice of the citizen will most times seem to gravitate towards those who are much more wealthy, who are much more popular, or probably on a higher social pedigree than them. And this is not supposed to be the case. If I can just give you the story by somebody, which I came across on YouTube, and he's an European, and was somewhere in Africa, and was appealing that we have to change the way we think about some of these things. He said he was in Kenya, and a man was on a bicycle, and while he was riding, he was sharing pamphlets. I think that was a narration, I think, that, I am the one that is contesting for a particular position, and was asking for their votes. And those ones were looking at him. If not even taking care of yourself, look at you. And exactly this mentality exists a lot. So are we going to be looking at how wealthy the person is, how big, or whatever, we'll be hearing the name since 50 years. Oh, the family is wealthy. No, it was all those things that we do make up for those people. Even when they've not made promises, we just make promises on their behalf because we know them.
Yes. So the familiarity, but then also the apparent success, which is in this case superficial, as opposed to actually listening to the words of a potential leader and how informative or impactful that could be.
Exactly. So this is one area where we will have to accept the fact that we've made mistakes in choosing some people because of their popularity in the past, and it has not worked out. And each time it doesn't work out, the economy gets a lot worse. I'm not even focused on the economy, but I'm focused on the foreign exchange side. Because when you don't produce enough, you will have to ask for it outside. And that's how it connects with foreign exchange. And at the end of the day, the people you have probably voted for, well, they still retain their name. They make more advancements in the society and all of that. So I have no problem with that, though, being popular,
but it's but those are more personal accolades and more personal impacts, which doesn't necessarily benefit benefits themselves, but it doesn't necessarily benefit the country, especially in light of the Nigerian foreign exchange and what needs to be done to be able to make it healthy.
Exactly. Then let's leave wealth alone. And some people also have, when you put on the table the fact that you're going to follow people based on the fact that they're more educated than you, they are wealthy, that's where the problem comes. It has to be exactly what do you desire from governance.
Yes.
Who is saying it exactly? Saying it is different because sometimes some people have a way of identifying problems.
Yes.
But they might not actually have a way of fixing it.
Yes, they may have an eloquence.
Exactly.
But that eloquence leads nowhere.
Nowhere. Exactly. So we have all of that. So, it's wrapped around the same, the kind of discussion we had before when we said that citizens should be alive to reasoning about their situation and know exactly what fits it.
Yes.
So it's not about the theory of it. It's about the real context of it. That's what's happening right in your eyes.
The practical application. And so if they're educated, you won't necessarily look at this person who may have status and decide, well, they must be better than me because of their trappings. Whereas Absolutely. If you have the knowledge, you can say they may have the trappings, but they haven't said anything that then actually impacts me or impacts the country in a way that I see should be fit.
So the question would now be, who should I be looking towards as a leader? The only thing you should be looking towards is two things. And we see a lot of people that are trapped in the lower two things instead of the upper two things. The lower two things that I will, the things that I will call the lower two things is knowledge and brilliance. I'm a professor in this, means nothing. It just says, oh, I'm a professor in architectural design. So
Yes.
that's what
yes.
you know. It doesn't mean you're going to solve my problem.
Yes.
Oh, I was the best student amongst 600 students at. It doesn't mean anything. It was a prepackaged program that you excelled at.
Yes.
It doesn't mean anything. And you see the rest of the world that are breasting the tape, that are leading others, they are concerned with the upper two,
Yes.
not the lower two. The lower two, like I said, knowledge and brilliance.
They're just
The
trappings.
the upper two is intelligence and wisdom. And that's why you've seen so many successful presidents in some countries that we know. I don't even know which school they went to, whether it's this or that or whatever. But intelligence brings about the ability to create solutions, to apply what you've learned into solving new problems. Because ideally, nothing prepares you for leadership. There's no curriculum, no school curriculum tells you what to do as a leader. It's all about managing expectations and exceptions.
Yes.
So, and you have more moments of exceptions as a leader than of expectations.
Yes.
I mean, you see a lot of crises, you see a lot of this. So you are banking on the ability to think, not on what you studied at school.
Yes,
To think
yes.
about within the context of the situation.
Yes.
Then wisdom tells you about how to make the right decisions.
Yes. How to apply your knowledge and
Exactly.
your experience in a very particular way to evolve a particular outcome that's beneficial for all.
Exactly. So who should I be running after? You must have a vision. A vision is not making a problem statement. No, that's not a vision. A vision is, this is where we are going to as a society. This is how we can get there. And these are the likely situations we will face before we get there.
Yes.
It's already telling you, I know that there will be troubles.
Yes.
But we have to cross this path.
But that
We have-
intelligence and that
Exactly.
it allows you to have that foresight to think that way. Whereas if you're just merely educated, you are just going over very particular situations that you've been trained for,
Exactly.
but it doesn't allow you to think on the moment and to be able to have a vision, to
Exactly.
be able to create something that's very specific and then create the structure that goes with it.
So why should you choose the intelligent? Why not the one with 15 PhDs? Why would you? Because your competitors are intelligent. Your competitors are very intelligent. They know how to...
They know how to think on their feet.
Exactly. So, I mean, when they bring them to the table, they know how to get the best. They don't need to be the top students in
They don't
known
need to know,
universities.
and they don't need to have things by rote, because that's the other thing with education. You may have a lot of knowledge, but that's all memorized knowledge, and it's not necessarily any practical application of the knowledge.
Exactly. They are masters of abstract thinking. They are masters. They know exactly how to. So when they look at you, when you make your opening statements, they know where the gaps are.
Yes.
So that's what you should be doing. So you have to bring people of equal level to that table. So when they are talking it's not just talking, but it's trying to read in between the lines. You see the opportunities and all of that. So
Yes.
when you don't have this, you don't have it. And that's why people should have to learn to move beyond eloquence, how people know how to speak a language better than the others.
Yes.
Or how glamorous people have appeared on the stage, or how well-read or how wealthy.
Which are all
just take
parts of it,
this-
but they still need to
Exactly.
be able to know how to navigate
Exactly.
with the tools that they have.
So people can be likable, but they have to be intelligent.
Yes.
On the last note on that, nobody's accusing many other countries of not having professors or a lot of people that can read well or whatever. They easily put countries on intelligent quotient. They just
Yes.
say, they are telling you about.
Yes.
So how does this impact the foreign exchange we are talking about? When you are intelligent as a leader, you are able to marshal a plan. That plan helps your countrymen to compete as an outcome. The outcome is to compete. And when you
Yes.
compete, you take away from other countries what they should have taken from you.
Yes.
So we have to just go a bit into brands that are coming from some countries. We don't care about the schools they went to, but year after year, they just keep turning it out. They
Yes.
turn it out. You buy from the brand. The money goes. You might be in Africa. You buy the Toyota from the US.
Yes.
I like the US specification, right?
Yes.
Oh, it's so beautiful. Now, the money goes back to Toyota Corporation, and it's money that belongs to Japan.
Yes.
You buy the Ford, the money goes back to US.
Yes.
And it rests in the banks in the US. So the money that belongs to to America. You understand?
Yes.
So the set of people who produce this, one day they're going to go away.
Yes.
And they are replacing themselves with other set of people that will produce the same thing and collect your money.
Yes.
So what are you going to be doing?
Yes, and
This is the
how
question.
and how do you learn, or how do you improve upon it, so that then it's something that you create and then your country benefits from it, as opposed to just always feeding the other country's coffers.
Exactly. So you're not beating generations after generation. So you just need people that can marshal you into the proper game, so that you can, when it's just my parting shot on this is, you're running a race, a sprint, 100 meters, and the guy wins 9 seconds and a fraction of this. The second is 9 seconds and something. The third is 9 seconds and something.
Yes.
And after everybody won and you're just jogging and everybody finished the race, they forgot about the race, you're just jogging from the back.
Yes.
I mean, they go, where were you? And you're coming at 23 seconds and something. And people look at you, you're not serious, man.
Yes.
So you want to breast the tape with everybody, and there's no way you would do it if you're not having people representing you that are very intelligent.
Yes.
And like I said, don't confuse intelligence with eloquence.
Yes.
There are two different things. The world talks about IQ. The world is talking about thinking, solving problems, creativity.
Yes.
Reasoning out of nothing, abstract thinking.
Yes.
They are not talking about being well read in a classroom alone.
Yes. Yes.
They are looking beyond that.
Yes.
So-
and that changes the standard, because you're not just dealing with charm.
Exactly.
And charm is lovely, but it's not just about the charm or the pretty words. It's about the actual application and about the thought process.
Absolutely.
And how that can be then how that can be then used to create something
Exactly.
that's tangible and usable.
Yes, you lead, then you excel. Then you don't have to ask so many things from outside. You don't have to pay for so many things from outside.
Yes, and you become self-sufficient.
Exactly.
And then from self-sufficiency, you can then expand.
Exactly.